welcome to the Armenian Museum of America. Reverend Father, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bir Shekichan and I'm the acting director of the museum. It is our humble duty that we have gathered here to commemorate together the Armenian, the Tibetan, and the Democratic Republic of Congo genocides in this museum. Welcome to the Tibetan Association of Boston, and also welcome to the Congolese Genocide Awareness, Inc., association or organizations here today. And thank you for your participation in this afternoon's event. I would also like to recognize Eric Cohen, Mr. Eric Cohen, last year's speaker on Darfur. Mr. Cohen is the chairman of the Massachusetts Coalition to Save Darfur. Thank you for coming.
Joining us today, and I just want to start by saying how moving it is for us, particularly Tibetans, to be part of this event to commemorate the genocides in Tibet, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Armenia, along with the many other genocides of this century that you will see in the booklet. You know, genocide is a very powerful term, and many governments absolutely reject the use of that term. They don't want to hear it, and it is often with some kind of hesitation that even individuals and many public, many organizations also refuse to use that word. They would rather not have to hear that word because it makes people uncomfortable. So when we use the word genocide, we are aware of the power that the word carries, but very often we feel rejection, or we feel hesitation, a refusal to acknowledge it from various governments and various institutions and organizations. And Mr. Birch Chigijian just mentioned why we have to keep remembering the genocide, why we have to keep commemorating these incidents, these tragedies. Because the governments will not willingly try to remember these things. The victims have to do that. Because governments would rather do business with other governments who are guilty of genocide. The corporations would much rather do business. It's more convenient for them. That's why they refuse to acknowledge genocides that are taking place right under their nose. So we should not be surprised when governments or corporations or various institutions refuse to use that word. But we should never forget, we should never hold back from using that word when we know that is the accurate term to use it, to refer to certain situations. And today, in terms of the Tibetan genocide, just like the Democratic Republic of Congo and the Armenians, the Tibetans have been victims of one of the worst genocides that we have seen in this century.
Thank you, Mr. Band, and the band, of course. Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Anthony Kasongo, Executive Director of the Congolese Genocide Awareness Incorporated, to speak about genocide in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the deadliest war since the World War II. Mr. Kasongo is a Congolese activist and an advocate of social justice and human rights. He is the Executive Director of Congolese Genocide Awareness Incorporated in Boston. During his time at the CGA, he has built a partnership with 1 Million Bones and Enough Project and other international organizations to educate, advocate and create change regarding atrocities taking place in Congo. In your booklets, there are more detailed information about Mr. Kasongo's work and activity in this matter. Mr. Kasongo, please.
Thank you. It's an honor for us to be here tonight and being able to speak for the Congolese people. It's always an humbling experience when you have to speak for a whole nation. Before I start, I really want to connect you to what's happening in the Congo. So I will ask everybody in the audience, if you have a cell phone, if you have an electronic device, please hold it up with me. And if you don't have one, but you use electronics, can you please lift up your hand? I could see we all connected to technology these days. And as I present tonight, I will show you how the connection to electronics is connected to the crisis happening in the Congo. The Congo, a lot of time, is seen as a civil war. They speak about it as civil war. They say it's only Congolese people that are killing each other just because they don't like each other as tribes. But it's more complex than that. Like I just showed you, the minerals, because of the monetary implication of a gain of multiple companies in that, they don't want any change. So for the last 2 decades, nobody has spoken openly about what's going on in the Congo. And until today, the Congo get less coverage than any other war, any other atrocity in the world, just because there's a lot of monetary implication behind it. Violence on women in the Congo has been shown several times, or I should say diminished, as a cultural issue. They say it's cultural. That's why Congolese people they do it every day, and it's something that they live with. So if it is cultural, that means that the women in the Congo should expect to be raped on a daily basis, which I don't believe, because I lived in the Congo, and growing up in the Congo, that's not what I was taught. So today I want to tell you this is not a cultural issue. The issue of sexual violence in the Congo is used as a weapon of war. And it only started after the flux of the Hutus from Rwanda after the genocide in the Congo. Only when the war started that this issue started. So it's not a cultural issue. Which means hope in Swahili. Then she put herself into school and went to law school and became a lawyer. And today she fights for the women of the Congo as an activist. She could give up on her life and say, it's not worth living, and tell you that the Congolese people deserve better. For 20 so years we have felt it. It's time that we change the way we look at neighbors. We look at fellow human beings. It's time for you to do something for them. To add a stone on that wall against genocide by doing something for the Congolese people. And so that never again becomes a reality. That's my time for tonight. May God bless you.